Good morning, students. Welcome to your class of pharmaceutical chemistry. I am your teacher or your host from Guru Ramdas College of Pharmacy. Today we start our next chapter, that is coagulants and anticoagulants. तो coagulants कौन से होते हैं जो ब्लड को या किसी भी लिक्विड को सॉलिड या सॉलिड सेमी सॉलिड सब्सटेंस में कन्वर्ट करते हैं या ब्लड को किसी जेल सब्सटेंस में कन्वर्ट करते हैं, क्योंकि मोस्टली कोएगुलेशन वर्ड जो है हम ब्लड के यूज़ करते हैं। और एंटी कोगुलेंट्स क्या होते हैं जो इसी ब्लड क्लॉट को बनने से रोकें, उनको सेमी सॉलिड फॉर्म में या जेल में बनने से रोकें, वो होते हैं एंटी कोगुलेंट्स। तो कोएगुलेशन का मतलब जैसे कि किसी सब्सटेंस को थिकनिंग करना, ठीक है। तो जैसे वो ब्लड को जेल में कन्वर्ट कर रहा है, तो जेल में कन्वर्ट होकर उसके बाद उसकी ब्लड क्लोटिंग होती है। ब्लड क्लोटिंग होने के बाद उसकी हेमोस्टेसिस होती है। आफ्टर दैट सीजेशन ऑफ ब्लड क्लॉट फॉलोड बाय द रिपेयर, ठीक है। मैकेनिज्म ऑफ एक्शन कोगुलेशन का क्या आ जाता है, जैसे कि इसमें क्या क्या इन्वॉल्व होता है, जैसे अडहेशन एंड एग्रीगेशन ऑफ प्लेटलेट्स, तो सरफेस पे जो सब्सटेंस है वो थिक स्टिक हो जाता है, एंड एज वेल एज डिपोजिशन एंड मेचुरेशन ऑफ फाइब्रिन, ठीक है। इट बिगिंस ऑलमोस्ट इंस्टेंटली आफ्टर एन इंजरी टू एंडोथेलियम लाइनिंग ऑफ अ ब्लड वेसल्स। एंड जो इसमें मोस्टली वर्ड यूज़ होता है, टर्म यूज़ होती है, वो है थ्रोम्बोप्लास्टिन। थ्रोम्बोप्लास्टिन क्या है? एनी ऑफ अ ग्रुप सब्सटेंस that are liberated from damaged blood platelets or other tissues and convert the prothrombin to thrombin. So such kinds of mechanisms are involved in blood clotting. So drugs which help and bring about the coagulation of blood, that drugs which are used for coagulation of blood called coagulants, and those which prevent its coagulation and maintain its fluidity are called as anticoagulants. So these are used in variety of conditions. Thus, both these categories are used agents are useful. Both have its own importance and different used in different ways. So, first of all, number of phases or steps are involved in blood clotting mechanism, like formation of thromboplastin, as I already told you, conversion of prothrombin into thrombin, and finally conversion of fibrogen into fibrins, ठीक है, and so on. ब्लड क्लोटिंग मैकेनिज्म, इसमें कौन कौन से फैक्टर्स इन्वॉल्व होते हैं? द टिश्यू फैक्टर्स, प्लाज्मा फैक्टर्स, प्लेटलेट फैक्टर्स, calcium ions, etc. All are involved in the blood clotting mechanism. After that, blood clotting is happened. In other normal circulating blood, most usually क्या होता है? These are the factors which prevent the formation of blood fibrin and the clot. Normal circular bleeding मतलब ये natural process होता है in our body that automatically prevent the formation of fibrin and the clot. If blood clots accidentally occurred, or if one is present in our vascular system, that is then it is break down by the proteolytic enzymes present in our plasma. तो ये जो है हमारा बॉडी का नेचुरल फिनोमिना है। अगर ये बनते हैं, वैसे तो फाइब्रिन और क्लोटिंग अपने आप उनकी ब्रेक डाउन होती रहती है। अगर एक्सीडेंटली ब्लड क्लोटिंग हो जाए तो एक प्रोटोलिटिक इंजाइम होता है हमारे प्रोटीन में, प्लाज्मा में सॉरी, तो उसको ब्रेक डाउन कर देता है। ये है नेचुरल फिनोमिना। बट in case without natural phenomena happened to us, coagulation, in which cases like injury और हार्ट ब्लॉकेज, कुछ भी ऐसा, ठीक है, तो वहाँ पे अगर ब्लड क्लॉट बनते हैं तो उनके लिए ट्रीटमेंट होता है। फर्स्टली हम यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं कोएगुलेंट्स, ड्रग्स विच ब्रिंग्स अबाउट द कोएगुलेशन ब्लड, वी ऑलरेडी थ्रू आउट फ्रॉम दिस, आर कॉल्ड कोएगुलेंट्स. These are employed in treatment of hemorrhagic or threatened hemorrhagic. ये coagulants जो है hemorrhagic conditions में यूज होते हैं. That is escape of blood from blood vessels, which like hemorrhagic conditions कौन सी होती है? जो blood vessels में से blood निकलना शुरू हो जाता है किसी इंजरी की वजह से या किसी और चीज़ की वजह से, तो उस टाइम उस ब्लड को रोकना काफ़ी ज़रूरी हो जाता है। तो हम ब्लड को हेमरेज की कंडीशन में रोकने के लिए, ब्लड क्लॉट बनने की रोकने के लिए कोएगुलेंट्स जो है हम यूज़ करते हैं। सच हेमरेजिक कंडीशंस आर कॉज्ड बाय मैनी फैक्टर्स। कौन कौन से फैक्टर्स आते हैं, किस वजह से हेमरेजिक हो सकता है? वो है प्लेटलेट डिफेक्ट्स, प्लाज्मा कोएगुलेशन डिसऑर्डर कंडीशंस, एक्सेसिव यूज ऑफ एंटीकोएगुलेंट थेरेपी, इंजेक्शन ऑफ विटामिन के एंड अदर प्रिकर्सर्स थ्रू डाइट, usually maintain a normal concentration of prothrombin levels and other clotting factor. However, preparations are used for the coagulation purpose. Normal भी है, जो हमारे अंदर है हम डाइट से इनटेक करते हैं, एंड कुछ प्रेपरेशंस भी अवेलेबल है जो एज ए कोएगुलेंट्स एक्ट करती हैं. तो ड्राइड थ्रोम्बिन क्या है? ये ड्राइड थ्रोम्बिन स्टेराइल प्रोटीन है प्रिपेयर फ्रॉम प्रोथ्रोम्बिन फ्रैक्शन. वाइट और ग्रेश कलर का होता है. एमॉर्फस पाउडर रियली डिजॉल्व्ड एंड इट्स नॉर्मल स्लाइन फॉर्मेशन सोल्यूशन जो है रिकॉन्स्टिट्यूटेड होता है. इट इज़ thermolayable and sensitive to light. It maintains a suitable antibacterial agents and have to be stored in well closed containers and uh, at the temperature of 2 to 8 degrees Celsius. So, in which units it has to be supplied? It is supplied in vials in 1000, 5000, and 10,000 units. Solutions of thrombin containing 1 to 2000 NYH units per ml in sodium chloride, or in which water are applied topically to the wound. Solutions are to be used in a few hours after preparation. These are usable after its preparation, just few hours after, but are not injected. एंड इसमें नेक्स्ट आ गया हमारे पास ह्यूमन फाइब्रोनोजन जो है ड्राइव फ्रॉम नॉर्मल ह्यूमन प्लाज्मा. These are the sterile fractions that are derived from the normal human plasma and is a freeze dried. If we have to dry it, then we have to store in a freezer. Then it appears as a white to grayish amorphous powder. So इसकी description है in which color it is present. It is present in white to grayish amorphous powder. Solution get converted into insoluble fibrin and then thrombin is added. It is used by intravenous infusions. And intravenous की dose क्या है? 2 to 6 gram as 2% solution in water for injection and at the rate of 5 to 10 ml per minute as a coagulant. It is used in hermetically sealed container under at vacuum of 2 to 8 degrees Celsius. Next one is protamine sulfate. Protamine sulfate is obtained from the sperms of fish and are converted into sulfate salt. And in which color it is occurred? It occurs as a white grayish crystalline powder. Hygroscopic in nature, water soluble and thermolayable भी हैं. Its solution are sterilized by the filtration method and stored in the sterile containers at the temperature of 2 to 8 degrees Celsius. Protamine sulfate are also stored below 10 degrees Celsius. इससे above नहीं होना चाहिए. Protamine sulfate has an anticoagulant effect. However, in the proper amount, it counteracts the action of heparin. Heparin, that a compound occurring in our liver and other tissues of our body, which inhibits the blood coagulation, and it is a polysaccharide which contains sulfur. So act as a antidote of heparin. Protamine sulfate जो है act as a antidote of heparin and it is given by intravenous route. उसका डोज क्या रहेगा? 1 mg होगा of protamine sulfate for each 80 to 100 USP units. Synthetic compounds, other synthetic compounds are manadine, manadyl sulfate. Phosphates have prominent coagulant activity. These help in formation of prothrombin in liver. These compounds are discussed under chapter vitamin, not we discussed here, and we are discussed it later. Next, anticoagulants. So anticoagulants, I will know the meaning of anticoagulants, and so just review it for one time. Drugs that prolong the coagulation time of blood and prevent the coagulation. ब्लड क्लोटिंग का टाइम भी बोल सकते हैं, या ब्लड का कोएगुलेशन का टाइम जो है जिसको प्रोलॉन्ग कर दे, जल्दी ना होने दे, या फिर उसकी कोएगुलेशन को ब्लॉक कर दे, उसको बोलते हैं एंटीकोगुलेंट्स. These drugs are find use in number of clinical conditions such as venous thrombosis. And what is venous thrombosis? That is thrombosis caused in veins by blood clot. And the more common है DVT, deep vein thrombosis. Next step, pulmonary embolism, and this is one or more arteries in lungs blocked by blood clot, that is pulmonary embolisms. And the myocardial infarction, we all know that blockage of blood flow to the heart muscles, that is heart attack. So in these conditions, anticoagulants are used. Anticoagulants are broadly classified into two categories: natural agents or synthetic agents. So let's start with the natural agents. First is heparin. It is a mucopolysaccharide and obtained from lung or intestinal mucus of oxen, pigs and sheep, oxen valve. It is a thermolyable material and prepared as a calcium or sodium salts. Salt occur as a hygroscopic and water soluble powders, that is its solubility, and solutions are injected, are prepared in water and sterilized by filtration method, stored in the well sealed containers and also protected from light because they are light sensitive. uh, Intramuscular and intravenous routes are available in 5,000 to 1,500 units. Blood in it is employed in blood transfusion and also in arterial or venous thrombotic conditions. The next category is synthetic agents. Number of compounds are come under in this categories, like indane have been developed as orally active anticoagulants. Basic structure are given. You can see here. Now, the various compounds were dubbed from coumarins and indane as a potential anticoagulants. Very few have been accepted because of its poor and irregular absorption from GI tract. So, differ in their onset and duration of anticoagulatory activity. All the substances that are used are differ in their duration of anticoagulant activities. These drugs show effect after a few days with long tasting effects, long lasting effects, not tasting. Here it is a mistake, printing mistake. When we give the injection or dose of these kinds of synthetic agents, it does not show effect immediately. It show their effect after a few days. And depressed coumarins depress the synthesis of clotting factor, hence slow onset of action, that is action are slow in duration. The Indian 1,3-dione have slightly greater toxicity and hence are less preferred. The drugs from both are categories are water soluble, water insoluble. And the first drug comes under in the synthetic agent is dicumarel. And what are the properties and uses of dicumarel? First one is the color, that is white creamy crystalline powder, and order is faint order, insoluble in water, alcohol, and soluble in alkali hydroxides. It gives a slow onset of action. Dose after determining the clotting time is 200 mg. जब आफ्टर द क्लोटिंग टाइम कवर हो जाता है दैन डोज इसकी 200 mg हो जाती है. Drug is given orally in the form of tablets or capsules used in the treatment of post-operative thrombophlebitis and pulmonary embolism. Nicomelon properties and uses: white to pale buff color powder and soluble in water. It should be protected from light resistance again. It is given orally in form of tablets in 4 to 12 doses according to prothrombin activity of blood. And the next one drug comes under this category is Verapin sodium. Verapin sodium properties and uses: occurs as white powder and odorless, slightly bitter taste, soluble in water and alcohol. Aqueous solution is alkaline and given orally or intravenously in 3 to 10 mg dose. Last but not least, the drug is phenydione, and properties and uses: occurs as a pale creamy white crystalline powder, slightly soluble in water but more soluble in alcohol. It is active orally and given in the form of tablets in 200 to 300 mg doses and subsequently in 50 to 100 mg daily. And here we have complete our one chapter, coagulants and anticoagulants. Thank you and hope we meet soon in the next chapter, the next lecture.